I want to move on to you because you've moved up to number 3, right under Ron DeSantis in the list, because there are a lot of Republicans running. What are you doing right, and how do you get even higher?
What we've been doing, David, is if you look at the metrics of the number of campaign events we've been doing, it blows the other candidates out of the water. So I'm using the same formula that's worked for me all my life in the business world and in academics before then. Hard work pays off. So we're putting in the work. The other thing that I'm doing is just speaking honestly. My entire campaign strategy is I don't really listen to message consultants for my message. My job is to let the voters of this country know who I am and what I believe. Whether they vote for me or not is their decision. But if I know that I've let them know who I am and what I believe, then I can put my head at night on the pillow and go to sleep with peace.
Yes, welcome back. I enjoy the fact that this man brings calm professionalism to every interview I have seen him do. He gets met with a lot of false equivalencies by his interviewers and handled them like a pro. Vivek might not win, but he is brilliant. We should accept this. I really wish he could occupy certain positions. When you look at this guy, it clearly tells you he knows what he's doing. He recently had this interview with CNN. He destroyed his work anchor, you know, on this issue of bad citizenship. He had a series of questions, and CNN sometimes they want to challenge you like you don't know anything. I will play this so you can see exactly what happened. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that, and if possible, why not share this video?
We have an influx of migrants across that southern border, 14,000 plus per day by some estimates crossing that southern border. That is not the rule of law. That is the abandonment of the rule of law. So if migrants are coming illegally, intentionally, to be able to establish an illegal toehold in the United States, then I think that that's something that we should not abide in this country.
And we should
to the
say
contrary,
that
I take
you
that
were,
issue one step
and,
even.
we should say also, I mean, both of your parents are immigrants to the United States, so you would have been a beneficiary of birthright citizenship, but you now are saying you would ban that for people coming into the country. And what is the period of time for which that would be the case?
For people coming into the country illegally. That's the key distinction. And people make this mistake all the time. And I think you got to be really careful when you talk about the difference.
Yes, this has always been a difficult discussion. We often have expressing my view as a black person, and sometimes I get a lot of backlash. Illegal immigration is something that I've seen on the rise recently, and some even lie. Your country will not be that kind of hostile, to take you out. Some will just create these, like to say, I'm running away from my country because of this, that. But when you look deep, you will not see it happening. I want to say this for myself.
I think you got to be really careful when you talk about the difference between legal immigrants and illegal immigrants. One is founded on following the rule of law. The other is founded on breaking the rule of law.
That might be
and
the case, but I'm just saying that
border
birthright
security and immigration are
citizenship,
not the same
as
issue.
What I'm saying is that birthright citizenship, as it is currently in law, does not make that distinction between whether that person was born to someone legally or not. So you are saying that even though birthright citizenship for you was something that was in play, you would take it off the table now. And my question is also, how long would that be the case? And also, how would you do it? Would you go to Congress for a constitutional amendment?
Well, actually, I've supported the 28th Amendment to the Constitution. I'll actually go one step further on this, Abby, is that I don't think someone, just because they're born in this country, even if they're a sixth-generation American, should automatically enjoy all the privileges of citizenship until they've actually earned it. So one of the things I've said is that every high school student who graduates from high school should have to pass the same civics test that every immigrant has to pass in order to become a citizen of this country. I believe that there are civic duties attached to citizenship, so much so that I don't think you should automatically get your right to vote at age 18 unless you have passed that same citizenship test that immigrants have had to pass,
Right.
or else have served the country.
Understood.
This is part of my broader pro-civic vision.
Yes, I want to know your thought pertaining to this. On the comment section, Vivid made it clear that even if you are born in America, you should be able to pass that test. And taking up a certain age, before you can do this, like when you are still small, you should not just get this. It is logical, though a lot of people don't see it the way I'm looking at what he said here. I went through the comment section of this video to actually see how people are reacting to this. Vivid is my kind of guy. The truth above all is intellectual, intelligent, decent, not afraid of gaslighting, aware of how to discredit these lunatics. Okay, when you take a look at this host, you will clearly see how she is rude here. She's not acting like a journal, the way you're supposed to do. You cannot infuse your ideas into someone like this. Ask your question respectfully, without, tackling the person this way. This is a presidential candidate we are talking about. Forget about the size. You saw what happened with Trump, I saw some comments, some people saying, Vivid is just a reciprocal of Trump. This kind of guy should not be appearing on CNN. They even went crazy that they should not allow him to appear on CNN. That is what I saw under the comment section of this video. Some liberals, outraged because of his taking point. I like to see a young person, that is so vibrant like this, bringing in some kind of life into politics. I've seen nowadays, like, mainly old people that are involving with this, but allowing young people to dominate is actually doing us a lot of good. Vivid has a lot in him, and if given the chance, I believe you can perform well. If Trump was not on the list, I believe a lot of people will go for this guy. Yes, just within a short period of time, he's more than the vice president of a country. This is big. This is huge. Even if he doesn't win, he's a step ahead of his career.